Hi, Leslie O'Neill, Market Immersion. We have Brian Gruber and Danny Wajcman. So glad to have you guys. So what is Luckyorange?
Great question. Luckyorange is a suite of tools for really any website owner, whether you're a blog, a business, a company, that allows you to really see in depth what's going on your website at any given time. So you get a suite of tools that gives you a full immersion into what are people doing on my site. You see how they move their mouse on screen, how they're scrolling, what kind of images and text that they like to click on or read. And then you get the ability to chat with them, so the ability to speak and interact with your customers, answer questions, help people over those hurdles that might prevent them from becoming a converting customer or qualified lead, signing up with your lead form, whatever it may be.
I've seen Luckyorange. It's fabulous. What made you guys come up with it?
Yeah, it's a great question. I used to build websites for a living for many years, and every time I'd build a website, I wanted to know what's going on this website. And all I could get were like little clues about what was going on. So I get an email here, I'd see some numbers and Google Analytics telling me this many people were on the website, but I never had a feel for what they were really doing on the site. So it was a tool that I wanted, for my own purposes, for the websites I was creating, and I felt, well, if it's fulfilling a requirement, a need, of my own, then I'm sure there's somebody else out there that's gonna help as well. So it kind of came about through that.
What other features does Luckyorange have?
Luckyorange has a suite of tools, again, to really help you engage and interact with your visitors to your site. It starts with live analytics that update in real time, where your visitors are coming from, what keywords they clicked on, what source, did they come from Google or Facebook, where in the country they came from. If anybody's tweeting about your company, it updates that in real time. You have the ability to, what we call, spy on customers, so you can actually watch people in real time as they interact with your site. And then when they leave the site, you can go back and watch those recordings, see how people interacted with your site. Did they add things to the shopping cart but not check out, and analyze that experience? You can put polling up on your website, so you can ask people to rate their experience or leave a comment, leave their email address to be contacted, so really good for lead generation. Okay.
So you mentioned spy-ons and recordings. I mean, that spying sounds a little invasive. What does that mean?
Sure. And so when we say spy-on, first off, we want to make sure that everybody knows that we've thought about privacy, and out of the box, Luckyorange is not going to gather any personally identifiable information. So what you're seeing is anonymous data. If you want to go the extra length and say, well, I kind of want to see how people fill out my forms and how they type in certain elements of the forms, or what are they missing when they're typing my forms, you can enable keystroke logging, but only on non-sensitive fields. So password fields will never be sent anywhere. Anything that's recognized as a name or credit card, anything like that, is never sent to anybody's servers. It's all handled securely, and nobody's looking at that. So, but what we mean by spy on or recordings is, imagine that you could pick somebody out of the hall and say, hey, come here, look at my website. And then you sit them down in front of the computer, and they just start using your website. They start moving their mouse and clicking on this and scrolling down this page, and oh, they forgot to click that big red button that you wish they would click on to, contact me now or buy this or whatever. And you just get to see them do that. So our tool will let you see exactly that. You will see people scrolling and moving their mouse and clicking on this button or not clicking on this button. And why is that even useful? Well, if anybody who's brought their mom over to use their website or something and said use this website, and you find out in 3 seconds you think your mother's just an idiot, but then you bring someone else from the hall and you say, okay, use the website, oh, that guy's an idiot too. By the 3rd, 4th, 5th person who you think is an idiot, you realize, oh, maybe it was me, maybe I kind of messed up on my website. So this allows actual customers who are using your website right now we get to see exactly how they're using your website and learn from it. So that's what I mean by spy on and recording. Spy on means you can do it right now. It's in real time. Somebody's on your site. You can say, I want to see what they're doing. And then a recording is it takes that spine and it just saves it so that you can play it back later at different speeds, you know, skipping any time where the user didn't do anything, and other little features here and there.
That's awesome.
And one of the great things about that is you can actually make notes about what the user did in that recording. So if you wanted to see people who added things to your shopping cart or began to fill out your lead form but never finished that process, it will notate that. So then you can go back and watch those visitors over other visitors who maybe did purchase your product or did sign up on your lead form and see what are the people who are converting doing differently than those that aren't converting.
Right.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
What size businesses typically use this?
That's a really great question. It's very much a self-serve tool, so any size business works well with it. We have plans as low as $10 a month, and people can use it for their personal blogs if they just want to understand what's going on more, or trying to begin to monetize their sites and putting ads, and they want to see where do people spend a lot of traffic. That's really great. For medium and larger size businesses where they're more e-commerce, they can again watch videos of shopping cart abandonment, how people are interacting with new products on pages, all the way up to enterprise plans where larger businesses will really use it as they launch new phases of their website and they want to do usability testing and analytics. Really the real raw data that can't be captured through black and white analytics companies like Google Analytics that just tell you numbers like clicks and conversion rates. When you want to understand why your conversion rate is 3% and not 5% or 8%, this is what you do, is you look at real customers on your site and how they use your website and why they're leaving and what content they like and what content causes them to go the wrong direction.
That's awesome. We can see an actual live demo right now, right?
That's correct.
Right here on the screen.
If you just look behind us.
The point of chat is like, so now you've got all this good data and you see these people on your site. Is there some way to reach out to them and connect with them, you know, while they're still there? And that's why chat was added into the mix. So that you could just, okay, now I see what you're doing. I see you're struggling on the sign up page. And normally you're just going to leave. But I see that you're struggling, and now I can kind of proactively say, do you need a little help here? You know, can I help you with something? And you can actually see them use your website while you chat with them. But personally, I mean, we use chat every day and generate a lot of sales just from chat.
Wow.
We had a customer who owns a bike store, bike repair store, and he mentioned how just being on site and available to chat led him to have more customers that came in to get their bikes repaired because, you know, oftentimes people go to a website, look at a little bit of information, leave to go find other information, but the enhancement to make yourself available, answer those questions on site, you know, talking to a real life professional about the bike and the repair led more customers to come in and convert. Even though he had a website that brought more foot traffic into his brick and mortar store.
That's beyond engaging with your customers.
Absolutely.
I understand that you're going to be joining us at an upcoming Market Immersion meeting to demo and answer questions.
Yeah, that's correct. We really want to be able to interact and let people see the product firsthand, ask questions, figure out how they can use it on their site, how they can get more leads, more sales, interact with their audience, and really see it firsthand. So we're going to be there to demo, answer questions, and a little bit of a gift is for everybody that attends the meeting where we demo it, we're going to give 1 month free. No credit card required. Go in, put it on your site, really use the product, see what's going on your website, and let us know how it works for you.
That's amazing. What a nice gesture. So I've been wondering where you came up with the name Luckyorange.
Yeah, it's a great question, and one we hear daily, and rarely do we actually tell people where the name came from, but the name Luckyorange
will be revealed at the upcoming Luckyorange Market Immersions meeting.